Can't blame number one person for that.
Huh?
Can't blame number one person for that.
One damn person.
Can't blame number one person for that. What's up? Good afternoon, family. This Pop Tip is
Good evening, the time is now 4:43 p.m. on Monday, March 24th. I call the Special Affairs Committee meeting to order.
They got fired, don't they? Yeah, they're good.
Mr. Allen.
President.
Present. Present.
This is a
Present.
whole mess.
See, he is go through though. You see what I'm saying? You see how he is go through? Why he go through?
We have 6 members present.
They got the
We have
policies.
6 members present. Now it's time for the
Turn the camera.
subsection. Any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of Tennessee Code Section 41-10. 10, disorderly conduct, assault and battery, and disorderly persons will be subject to arrest or misdemeanor.
Is that a PPO?
Yes, I've never said anything illegal. The meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators will be removed. Are there any requests for agenda changes and/or additions? Seeing as how there are none, we'll move on to public comment. Members of the public who wish to address the city council or its committees must register before the meeting begins. Box will be placed at the entrance to the city council chambers for collection of registrations. No additional speakers or slips will be accepted after the meeting begins. Members of the public shall have no more than 3 minutes per speaker during public comment, with only one speaker opportunity per speaker. First public speaker, Madam Clerk.
The first speaker is Rodney Thomas.
I'm not sure they're here, Madam Clerk. Next public speaker.
Next speaker is R.L. Mitchell.
Hello, I'm R.L. Mitchell. I live at 759 East Linden Avenue, almost in the graveyard on North Second House Street. As a walk-on, but first get to on Third Highway, about the roofing on the water department. We got to, I agree that we get a new roof on the water department because it'll be like that project, like in Ward 7, Candace from Shack, William, $3 million roof. And we got $1 million to put on the water department where the young kids can have something for the won't cave in, so we can mess up the whole thing again. I agree with it, and everybody in Third Ward agree with it whenever we get somebody to represent us. Because, but you're stalling around while you're stalling. Black Hole is taking over Flint if you let it, when nobody wants to address it. But the inspectors addressed it long time ago, when nobody wanted to listen to the inspectors in Flint. They condemn every house in Flint is condemned, but nobody addressed it. Because every house I live in, they end up tearing down, and then they still give the people, they spending money. But today, I was told, Mr. Mitchell, prior to that, you better go to the IRS to get your money served, spending money before April. They're going to send every last bit of it back to, and I went down there today. But
Teresa,
they said you're
yes.
going to get it in about a week. Over $25,000. And the guy, the security guy who was packing, he said, "Sir, I'm going to tell you what, I will take you in the back, but you got anything in your pocket?" I was so excited. I put out this little lighter, and then he came back, thanks to the white man. He said, "Hey, sir, that's a bomb. You know, you got to get rid of that." So I said, "What?" He said,
Leon took
don't come back
a
without this.
PPO out on Miss Biggs, so she can't be a
I said, hey, I've
council
been
now.
to certain care, just by the time, my license and my social security. And I have a check in there over 1 week. Most people in the place don't know about this. Like they building up dudes from Vietnam, houses in front of the soup kitchen, over, and I knew a change was gonna come. All back up. Like now, I'm here to make this. I mean, it's like another thing. Like last week, when the woman of color was talking to another pale-faced guy, this white boy over there, he went out and put 2 birds, and left this pretty wife over there, and then poor people talking to him about the houses. I guess he couldn't stand for a black woman to talk straight to him. And it's like, oh, look, I kick him in.
The next speaker is Rodney Thomas.
Okay, yeah. Hello, Council. Yeah, Rodney Thomas, third ward, I believe I'm in now. It was the first ward. But I ain't here, I ain't got no agenda. I'm just coming out here to wave the flag again. Let y'all know that my damn water's still messed up. And it's a damn shame because we ain't seeing no daylight as the residents. And by now, we should get a little something to kind of help us deal with the shit we going through. And we can be the pilot for other cities that's going through the same shit. But we just got to get our shit together. Because everybody looking at us. Like every time I go out of town, I almost be about to get into fights because people want to say some disrespectful shit about Flint.
Excuse me, can we
And I ain't
pause the
lying.
time? Can we pause the time? Sir, I understand, what you're saying, and I understand the passion behind it, but can you please make sure you're not cursing?
Oh, okay. Well,
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you, sir. Go ahead, can you
Well,
start this time?
So then, every time I go out of town, and you gotta excuse me, because that's just, you know what I'm saying? But I be about to get in confrontations of people want to disrespect Flint, like we some aliens and stuff. And we smelled and all this, so every time I be like, look, man, we ain't no different than y'all is. Y'all just ain't been exposed. But the bottom line is we got to do better. Y'all got to do better than right by us because we all going through it. I don't give a damn what seat you sit in. If your ass stay in Flint, you going through something. And we all got damn near got PSTV or whatever it is because we all been dealing with a lot of stuff. You know, unless you just God or thank you God or whatever. But then, I'm just saying we need to get it together, and 3 minutes ain't really enough to kind of get off what's on your mind. Get what's on your mind off or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. But 3 minutes ain't enough because there's a lot more need to be said, and you get kind of nervous as it is coming up here speaking in front of people. I don't care if ain't nobody really in here. But 3 minutes just ain't enough. Because I got a lot more I want to say, but I ain't got time to say it. But a lot of people want to come down here and get involved, but they ain't got time. People sick, ain't got no way down here. So I was thinking maybe if y'all can do like Maurice did during COVID, he had people calling in and they can express their points through, calling in. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people would call in. Then a lot of people just fed up with the books because it's like high school. I ain't been this shit here since I ain't seen this kind of play since I was at Northwestern, you know what I'm saying? And we too smart and too grown for this. I mean, we played these games with kids. And most of us got more down yesterday as we got tomorrow, so we ain't really got time to keep going back and forth, back and forth. We got to do better, y'all. Come on now. And anything, I ain't biased. I try not to be biased or nothing like that. But, I stand strong for I'm a fair guy. Thank y'all for letting me speak.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Next public speaker.
Next speaker is David Fitchie.
Good job.
My God.
I just got a few comments to make here about this water fund resolution of stabilizing $2 million. We already paid $8 million for this water fund. Now $2 million, which could go to help my community, other people's community. How much is owed the city of Flint for people who don't pay their water bills? I'll bet you that would cover this real well. But the mayor told them they didn't have to pay, couldn't turn their water off, so they couldn't pay their bills. Now, I'm 80 years old, and I sit here and pay my water bill every month, everything else. I'm retired, and these people run around making more money than me and won't pay their water bill. Now, that's not right. And about this last meeting last week, there was here, three people showed up, four actually showed up, but one got the hell out of here. Left 3 people. Now, if you don't attend meetings, you got what, 2 or 3 misses tonight? They don't get paid. If you stop their pay, I guarantee you they'll be here. And that's only fair to us. There were a lot of people here last week that they don't get paid to be here. They come in here because they care about the community or whatever. And no repercussions. They don't show up, no big deal. Okay, that's all I got to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
Next speaker is Arthur Woodson.
Oh.
Good evening. Yeah, I can't believe you got a PPO without any bids. Being a public official, you gotta have thick skin. I mean, I'm an activist, and they put my truck on the line and everything else. Look, they're just looking at you, I try to come and speak serious, but just looking at you, you make my insides turn. You a demon for real. I'm serious. I'm sitting up here just speaking, saying as an elected official, you have to have thick skin. As an activist, my truck and everything else, my family has been online. I ain't gonna get a PPO. I don't care what they have to say. As long as I'm doing what's right. I really don't, because I'm talking that thing. Y'all can laugh all y'all like, Candace. For real. But y'all are the bottom of the barrel. For real. Leon, all they did was put up a video of a house in Mount Morris with a city trash can. That's not harassment. They said, do we actually live in the city of Flint, in the first ward? And doing the PPO, it might have helped Ms. Biggs if you don't live in the first ward, because now you gotta go to court and prove that you don't live there, or even prove that you live there and she's harassing you in a house in Mount Morris. So I think you might have messed up when you did that. Mr. Pfeiffer, Councilman Pfeiffer, and Councilman they did it in $2 million. They didn't even have one day for it, so but they want to go and talk about it's not political. But the email, the press release came from the mayor's office. Y'all knew it was political. Y'all didn't even have time. It wasn't even a committee meeting. Y'all didn't even have a quorum. It had just made it on the agenda. Why would you go and do a press conference and talk about your colleagues need to support it when y'all didn't have a quorum? Me, myself, I would not support anything else coming through. I would block the budget, I would block everything until they start putting things up that benefits the people in the city of Flint. And ask the mayor to show what he spent his budget on last year. Line by line, saying what he spent his $1 million on. I would approve anything. And the people will be behind you. The people will be behind you as long as they put in something in the budget that benefits the people, like the rest of the Arkansas. That's what I would do.
Reginald Davis, thank you for the $1.99 super chat.
Next public speaker, Madam Clerk. The last speaker for this meeting is Beverly Biggs leaving.
She out.
Seeing as how that is the end of public comment, we'll now move on to council response. Council members may respond once to all speakers only after all public speakers have spoken. An individual council member's response shall be limited to 2 minutes. Is there anyone who wishes to speak during council response?
Councilwoman Carter, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I would like to thank all of the residents for coming out. Thank you for being engaged in the process. And I wanted to touch on something that Mr. Woodson spoke about. Mr. Woodson, yes, it is political. When you do a press conference to call out to your other colleagues to vote on a resolution that the entire council body did not discuss firsthand. And you probably did this press conference in the mayor's office. It is political. It is deeply concerning that certain members of council are stepping out and holding press conferences to publicly urge a vote on a resolution that we haven't even discussed. That is troubling.
Please pause your time. Please pause your time. Want to make sure that the audience and everyone up here turn your cell phone ringers off. Should be no cell phones. All cell phones should be silenced. Please continue, Ms. McCarthy. Please start your time.
Any issues that affect the city and the residents, the entire council should be in discussion about, not just a few. And then an ambassador, a third ward so-called ambassador, standing up there with them, discussing something that the entire council should have been in discussion about. It's appalling. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during council response? Councilwoman in the second ward.
Thank you so much. So, I would like to address that a lot of great things going on. But first, in the fifth ward, the colleagues were more than ready to discuss the resolution, but unfortunately, we had 3 colleagues that were not here, well, 4 that were not here, and 1 was coming back from training. So I just wanted to be clear, it was on the floor, we were ready to discuss it, so we can move the best interest of the residents. However, we had 3 colleagues that did not show up for work. So when our colleagues show up for work, we can definitely have that discussion. This is Happy Women's History Month. Thank you so much to the 1st Ward, to the 4th Ward, the 7th Ward for supporting and participating in the 3rd Annual Women's Empowerment Brunch. It was a great time to highlight women in this community doing great things. We highlighted a woman basically from every single ward and also some women-led organizations that are doing great things. So this was the time to receive recognition from this body as well as from the Congresswoman McDonald-Rivet as well as the state rep Cynthia Neely. The women felt very empowered, inspired, and they basically renewed their commitment to continue to serve through great things in the city of Flint. So again, I'd like to thank this body for making March officially Women's History Month, and as well as helping to come together to support an event to celebrate the women in the city. Also, I would like to say that the 3rd Ward ambassadors, Mr. Sean Johnson and the booth, they had an amazing meeting to hear from the residents, exclusively to hear from the residents at the Good Church. And I know that our colleague, Quincy Murphy, the late Councilman Quincy Murphy, he will be proud because we got an opportunity to tour the Good Church laundromat, Good Laundry. It is a beautiful facility located right there in the 3rd Ward, and they operate by appointment. So if you would like to wash your clothes in a great facility and see where these $100 have went, make an appointment with Pastor Leo. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to floor during council response? Seeing as how there's no one else, I will go ahead and take my time. First of all, congratulations, Dr. Lewis, on a successful 3rd year of your event. I know that you and State Representative Neely, you often switch out co-hosts. I had an opportunity to co-host last year. Congresswoman Rivet was able to co-host this year. I just want to commend you for continuing to honor women in our community and their great work. So thank you so much for that. Congratulations to Fourth Ward Councilwoman Judy Priestley on her Achievement Award. You continue to go to training and you continue to elevate yourself in your knowledge to become a better elected official. So I do want to congratulate you on your honor from the Michigan Municipal League and finishing with level 1. So now you're moving on to level 2. They did honor you last week, and I wanted to make sure that we publicly honor you here today. So congratulations on that. I think there was one other thing that happened that was really excellent. Like Dr. Lewis said, there are a lot of really great things happening in the city right now. I do want to commend my colleague, because I know that was the reason Councilman Alameen was late coming back for the meeting last week, was he was in Lansing receiving some training. So he also made an effort to come back. I want to point out that the agenda items on our special affairs today were already before us. Our colleague in the 8th Ward, Jen Spifer, was here with us last week so that we could discuss the items that are in front of us. And I just hope that we are all committed to the residents like we say. We understand that, Mr. Peachy, I do agree with you about residents and the paying of the water bills or the not paying of the water bills. Unfortunately, what we're looking at now, though, is Gleeva, whom we have a 30-year contract with, we're nowhere near year 30, has given us a 5.9% rate hike, which we'll discuss a little bit more once we get to that agenda item. But we definitely, as a council, need to come together and make sure that that cost doesn't get passed on to residents. With that being said, we'll move on to the consent agenda. What is the pleasure of the body?
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman in the 4th Ward.
I make a motion to send the consent agenda to council.
There's a motion on the floor to send the consent agenda to council. Is there a second? Moved and properly supported by the councilman in the 1st Ward. Are there any separations?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the 5th Ward.
Madam Chair, I would like to separate 250097T, the reallocation of ARPA funds, the water rate stabilization fund, as well as resolution 250100-T, the reallocation of ARPA funds for the youth job training.
Okay, thank you. Are there, I'm sorry, thank you. Are there any more separations? Seeing as how there are no more separations, the consent agenda will include resolution 250093-T, which is the contract with Wade and Trim Traffic Signal Warrant Study Signal Optimization Proposal. Resolution 250094-T, contract Buzz Roofing Company Roof Replacement Water Plant. Resolution 250095-T, grant award budget amendment allocate revenue and expenditure state of Michigan local retirement grant. Councilman Pfeiffer. 95, yes. Okay, so. All right, I do want to correct that. The consent agenda will include 2 items, which is resolution 250093-T, which is a contract for Wade Train Traffic Signal Warrant Study Signal Optimization Proposal, and resolution 250094-T, which is the contract Let's Roofing Company roof replacement for the water plant. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Alvin? Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Mr. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Workers Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns, not in? Mr. Jack?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer? Where's she at? Where's she at? So the 6 yes, 0 no?
The vote is 6 yes, 0 no. Consent agenda has passed. Moving on to resolution 250095-T, which is the grant award budget amendment to allocate revenue and expenditures to state of Michigan local retirement grant program. What is the pleasure of the body? Councilman Pfeiffer has made a motion to send to council. It has been properly supported by Councilwoman in the 4th Ward. Is there discussion? Councilman Pfeiffer, you have the floor. Ms. Sparks Green, if you are in the building, can you join us at the lectern? Correct. Okay, that works too. Mr. Moore, will you join us at the lectern? Thank you.
Mr. Morris, grant for the It's not part of the upcoming budget. We've actually received the money.
I'm sorry, received what?
We've already received the money. It didn't actually go to our bank, it went to MERS. It's kind of unusual. Let me give you back up a little.
This money went already to MERS.
It did.
Okay.
Last summer, all cities fill out a form talking about their OPEB liability. And then based on that, the state determined how much each city was to receive from that appropriation. And our allotment was $10 million.
So is this a continuation? Because I know we got 170 some.
Right.
Is this a continuation? Because I think we were promised close to 200. Is this the continuation of that? Or is this something separate?
Sort of, yes. I think they're trying to get to that number. The rationale for this was because many cities had large outstanding OPEB or healthcare responsibilities for their retirees. And even though the money went to MERS, it was because of our retiree healthcare that we received the funds.
So, so this was in the fiscal year 25 budget, so we're not going to revise the income budget?
No, because this is money went directly to MERS. They pass through our banks. It reduces our pension liability.
Well, we're still in the negative,
Oh, yes, yes.
millions upon millions, so
Yeah.
we're not changing our plan contributions, right?
No, sir.
This is just going to be in addition to our.
Right.
26 budget, right?
Right now, at the end of last December, we're approximately 62% funded. This will probably take us up to maybe 64 or 65%.
What the plan contributions for this fiscal year, next fiscal year, they don't plan on changing because of the, we're not.
The plan contribution for this year and next year will both be 20 million. That should stay pretty level for the next several years. Probably,
But the state said that we're continuing to increase our deficit, right? Because if that's saying that 20 million, our payroll is going up with the plan raises or whatnot,
Okay, there's two things there. There are two parts. One is the existing employees. We pay that 100% whatever their liability is. The other part is the retired employees, and that's the part that we're working to chip away at.
But are we going to have a further deficit in the higher healthcare costs? They go up?
We still have a few people that are eligible to receive retiree health care. Most of the city employees are no longer eligible for retiree health care.
So what are we doing besides these grants that, to my knowledge, there aren't people who are coming out of this? What are we doing to reduce that? Hopefully, that we're 40% under budget, right?
The pension were 40% roughly underfunded. The dollars that we have right now should stabilize us. That the 20 million does help keep it at a level payment for probably the next 3 to 5 years. There's no plans to break down other than we're not going to be increasing. The percentage will stay about the same, but the overall liability should be going down some.
Why would we do that?
Because with time, our retiree population will shrink with time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to form the first round of discussion? Councilman in the first ward.
Good evening to the speaker. Is there something in place to like a sustainability plan, just in case of like, we don't have grants or government funding that's coming in, will continuously find ourselves being in deficit? Is there a plan to kind of like guide us to make sure this stays balanced and
The pension should be fairly stable for the next few years. And so, while we're still working to try to get additional grant dollars, I was reading, I think it could be a tough sell. We're still gonna work in that direction.
And that's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like the floor in the first round of discussion? Is there anyone who would like the floor in the second round of discussion? Seeing as how no one else would like the floor, we can move on to the roll call vote, and this is to send 250095-D, which is the grant award budget amendment, allocate revenue and expenditure state of Michigan local retirement grant program to council. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley? Yes. Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Shad? Yes. Mr. Piper? Mr. Chairman? Mr. Earl?
Yes.
Vote is 6 yes, 0 no. Vote is 6 yes, 0 no. That resolution 250095-T moves to council. Moving on to resolution 250097-T, which is the reallocation of ARPA funds for the water stabilization fund. What is the pleasure of the body? Councilwoman in the fourth ward. Is there support? Moved and properly supported by the councilman in the first ward. Is there discussion? Councilwoman in the fourth ward, you have the floor.
Through you to Mr. Moore.
Mr. Moore, would you please join us at the
So I did listen to what my president, Mr. Peachy, was talking about, and it was a question that I could need to email, find out. How much money do we have in collections? Do you know on the water fund?
The water fund.
Mike Hutchinson, we're gonna talk about it on the bump.
Collections?
When we get to
The
intermission.
total outstanding.
Intermission, I'm gonna have a conversation.
Collections, if you're talking about the collection agency, that's a smaller number.
Okay, do you
And
have?
that's not included in that.
Okay, and we do have, both commercial and residential collections, correct?
We do, yes.
Do you know how much money we've collected on that? I know that I didn't give you a heads up that I was gonna ask this question.
Oh,
You shouldn't have to.
I know it's not, the last time I talked to, Amanda, it was like.
He should know these answers.
He the CFO, he should, he
yeah,
should know
the,
every week.
the collection rate that we've been having has remained essentially stable for the last year or two. But the amount that is going in arrears keeps growing because people aren't paying off the critical amount fast enough.
Okay, so the amount of bridge is growing or shrinking?
The amount of arrears is growing, although it's a pretty steady percentage as the overall billing.
Okay,
That is-
so, but we're doing more shut-off notices now, correct?
Yes,
And we are shutting off people.
yes, we
So
are.
there's also people who submit their values and are unable to reach, from what I
That's
understand.
correct.
Okay, thank you very much. And KWA customers have never had rate increases. They're connected. I want residents to understand this. But we were forced, I was against signing the agreement with GLEWA, the 30-year GLEWA contract. It really upset me as a resident of the city that we were tied to a agency to provide water that we were at the farthest end. And so now we have to pay increases after increase after increase, and the city is absorbing those increases. So this stabilization fund is the only way to stop the residents from getting an increase of at least 5.9% on their water bills.
I'll agree.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to join the first round of discussion?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the fifth ward, you have the floor.
Thank you. Mr. Moore, I have a question. How much will each water account increase? And let's say, if we didn't vote on this $2 million fund tonight, how much of an increase will each water account endure?
I don't think I've ever looked at it that way.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Maybe if you looked at the calculator.
Mr. Moore, I don't understand. I mean, we gotta look at it in all angles.
We looked at it in aggregate, how much we need in order for the fund to be
They
stabilized.
don't even know.
We're trying to calculate what the average customer has. It's not as easy as, because you have to look at that whether it's for residential, commercial, and industrial. It gets pretty complicated to do that. That can't be
Residential
done.
versus business.
Yeah, but
He the CFO.
you're asking for $2 million,
They don't know.
And he don't
of
even
ARPA
increase
funds,
average.
and you didn't look at everything? I mean, you didn't think that someone would ask that question?
No.
Nope.
We looked at everything in aggregate.
Okay, let me ask this question. How long will the proposed $2 million in ARPA funds sustain the water rate?
We believe it'll get us through fiscal year 26.
Wow. For 1 year?
For 1 year, yes.
So what we gonna do next year? And the year after that?
We're gonna have to address that. We're gonna have to look at our different options.
He ain't got one.
Do we have a plan?
We're, looking at our different options as to how we can approach that. There's something I can talk about at this point, but we are trying to figure out ways that we can balance the budget.
You know what? Mr. Moore, you gotta come a little more prepared. Gotta come prepared. This is, I mean, I have questions. We probably all have questions.
Sure do.
The residents have questions.
And do.
Because you're asking for $2 million, in which that $2 million should have gone for home improvements. Okay? And everybody up here, Judy, Councilwoman Priestley just said, we don't have money in the budget, we don't have money in the budget. Where did this money come from? Because this $2 million should have went for home improvement. So I think that you would come prepared to answer these questions, not only for the council, but for the residents. Because we represent the residents. And I took more constituents right now. I mean, what's the plan?
He don't have one.
Our plan was to stabilize the rates for FY 26. That will give us a year to develop a plan for what we're going to do in 27. If we don't transfer the funds 26, then we're going to be looking at the rate increases.
If we look at other, avenues, if we look at the budget as a whole to see where we can probably, transfer money to this fund without using options.
Well, we did do that. There are limited options for how we can transfer the funds. The choices that we really have are either out of the water fund or the general fund. All the other funds have restrictions on how we use those dollars and can't just transfer to another fund.
Okay. I feel my time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like the floor in the first round of discussion?
Mr. Moore, how much do we get charged? So I know that, the way we get billed and the way we bill our customers is two different. So, gallon for gallon, we can pay some money to fill you up, and then we can charge the customer. How much more are we charging the customer than we're paying for the amount? Because I know it's not dollar for dollar.
No, it's not.
It's quite a bit more.
It's quite a bit more, but you also have to remember that our costs also go up. We haven't adjusted our rates since
No, I
2015.
understand that. I'm not asking that. I'm asking what we charge versus what we pay.
You know he don't do that.
Because we charge such an absorbent
Right,
amount,
and I would say that the water probably makes up only about 30% of the budget. That just went off the top of my head. And so the balance.
So if they charge us $12, $10 for 100 gallons, and we charge the customer $30 for 100 gallons, is that what you're saying?
Right.
So we are already charging one residents 300 times what we're paying for the water, is that correct? Right?
Well, we do, but that's because we have to build an ordinance.
What those dollars are, so is it roughly, we are charging 3 times what we're paying, roughly?
Roughly, that, we also have to remember that there's, okay.
So if we have to absorb the 6% rate increase, now we're paying 36%, and we're still charging them, so we're still gonna multiply their existing by 300%, or are we going
So
to?
what we need is approximately, we're looking at $2 million to stabilize the rate.
No, I understand that, I'm not into that. So if Gleco charges us $100 for 10 gallons, now they're gonna charge us $106 a gallon. Are we going to then, with our 300% markup, are we going to charge the customer $318 or $306?
At
Which
this
would mean,
point,
a 2% increase, not a 6%.
we're looking to not raise
I
rates.
understand that, but if this doesn't pass, because if this doesn't pass, are the customers going to get 6%? Dollar for dollar, or are we gonna charge 18% because we 3 times
He's sinking
whatever we
fast.
charge
He's
the
sinking
customer?
fast.
So, or are we gonna do dollar for dollar, which would be a
The
2% increase if we do dollar for dollar, what we would? You follow what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, I'm not sure, but that's, okay, from, cost perspective, it's close to the 6%, I'm not sure it's exactly 6%, but close to the 6%.
I understand that, I'm asking what, are we transferring dollar for dollar, what they charge us, back to the customer? So instead of 300% market now, we're 306%, or we're giving 318%? Because the charge is 18, that's 2%.
Okay, we're not looking to raise rates, we're keeping
You're
steady.
not answering my question. I'm asking, is it going to be dollar for dollar, what they charge us, or the rate that's back?
The monthly is close to 6%, I can't say it's exactly 6%, but it's really close to that.
6% more. What we charge customers, or what we charge us?
They was charging us.
So it would be a 2% increase to the customer.
Right.
soon as we lost our set, I sent in the video. I came to them with the contract. And I told them, if y'all,
At the end of the day,
if y'all vote for that contract, I'm
we can ask these questions till we get blue in the face.
gonna put up every other.
This administration,
Yeah,
you looked at me like you was wanting to talk to me.
Can we pause the time? Can we put Dennis back
Wait till
at,
you ask me.
can we put Dennis back at 42 seconds?
And then Jerry Murphy said, I'm gonna vote for what's best for the people. But
What?
you beat the man up because the
So
man tried to
when
get to
we
me.
throw out the 6% increase that we're
Voted
giving
for
them,
the contract, but it already said 4%.
when we see a pass that through dollar for dollar, which would be that 6% increase for the customer.
And believe it or not, and I'm being real with you, it was all for government side.
Our plan has been to stabilize the rate,
You're not answering the question. All right, let's move on. Why is this going to a fund, not just a budget transfer? Why not just do a budget transfer to the water department?
When we was fighting against that garbage company, he was the
very
consultant.
similar,
Garbage company.
from our perspective.
They consulted.
So
So he was
that's
gonna get a percentage.
Well, we started water stabilization fund.
So
Why are we
when they
starting
saw
water
that I wasn't
fund
gonna
instead
pay
of just
him,
doing a budget
all
transfer?
their poverty.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like the floor in the first round of
So when
discussion?
I ran against her again,
Councilman Alameen, you have
I
the floor.
needed 75 signatures to get on the ballot. I turned it out.
If this is approved, then I'm gonna
So she won it on the polls. They didn't even let me get on the ballot because I got on the ballot.
It's their plan for the long
I'm gonna send
term.
y'all a video.
So, that's just fun, so we can continue to have a contest.
We are developing a plan for that. We're not ready to discuss anything at this point. It's something which, realistically, for the utilities, you have to look at every single year. The reality is, the fund hasn't had a rate increase since 2015. And it is beginning to, the system's beginning to get a little stressed because our costs keep going up, but we're doing the best we can to keep the rates the same for the customer as we can.
Can you speak again, how far we are, say, I think you said, shut off from deficit or something? You mentioned a number earlier about how far we're behind deficit or with this fund or people not paying or something like that. I thought you mentioned.
I'm not sure I understand your question.
I'm sorry, I may have misunderstood.
Is there anyone else who would like to join the first round of discussion? Is there anyone else who would like to join the second round of discussion? Open the fourth one.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to put Mr. Pfeiffer's question in a different format that accountants may understand.
He's a CFO. He should know.
And I also want to address a question that Ms. Winfrey Carter had. In Mr. Pfeiffer wondering what percentage of the increase in water rates will have to increase in order to cover our cost, the additional 5.9 million, 5.9%. Have you done that calculation?
We have done that, and one thing that board member, making estimates for the water fund are very difficult to do. There's error that you have to factor into your calculation. The $2 million cost is a rounded number. It's not a precise number. We can't come up with a precise number because you just don't know what's the summer's going to be like, we don't know how much water they're going to use. There's a lot of factors that go into that.
Okay, so did that answer your question? Okay, well, I think that was the exact same response that I knew that was the answer. But, I understand your confusion. Also, you can't sit there and say how much an individual household's bill will increase because each individual household has different water usage. And it's a water and sewer bill. So it's a combination of both. And I know that as myself, as a single person, has different water bill than what Mr. Pfeiffer does as a household of four. So I would expect that his is closer to $150 a month, where mine's like $89 a month. So saying a certain dollar amount is not, cannot be used as an example because it's not across the board, each household. And also, in regards to the $8.6 million that we did for the water rate, or every active water account got $300. That did not go into the water fund, although it was used to reduce the amount of the outstanding in the water fund, because it went against the bill as a payment. We don't have $8.6 million left, so we're unable to do that again. So it's my understanding, I don't have 15 seconds, is that it has to go into a separate fund because we can't transfer directly into an enterprise fund.
Yes.
That's correct? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to form the second round of discussion?
Yes, Madam
Councilwoman
Chair.
in the fifth ward.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Councilwoman Priestley, I don't need you to explain the question that I asked the CFO. He should know. And if he can't give me the dollar amount, you can give me a percentage per household. Now, I would understand that everybody's, water bill is different, but we should know a percentage per household that will increase. Now, look, I'm not dumb up here. I know what I'm asking. If you can't give me a dollar amount, you can give me a percentage. Now, the other question I have, did anyone on the GLEWA board, did we have a representative on the GLEWA board?
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Did you advocate as a council member, as a resident of the city? Okay. And see, you're trying to answer a question that I had for Mr. Moore, and you don't even know what board you sit on. You don't know if you sit on GLEWA or take that question. I asked about the GLEWA board. Did anyone advocate? Did anybody on the administration advocate?
There are a number of.
For the residents against this increase?
I don't believe the city has representation on the board. However, there are a number of city staff that talk and meet with members of GLEWA on a regular basis. And this has been an ongoing conversation with the concerns that we have about how that impacts our residents.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Moore. I still say that, and I'm sorry, Mr. Moore, with all due respect, you should have come a little more prepared because you knew we were going to ask questions. This is big. This is really big. And I'm just going to say this. I'm not going to vote on this tonight. I'm not. Because we need to know the plan. I want to know the plan. How are we going to, okay, yeah, let's say we give $2 million tonight. Okay? We approve. What's going to be the plan?
Look how you looking up there.
The next year, the year after.
They don't think that far ahead.
So we have budget, the budget process is coming up. It's budget time. What can we do?
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to form the second round of discussion? Councilman Pfeiffer, you have the floor.
So why was this a fund and not just a budget transfer? Because we can transfer into the enterprise, we can't transfer out of the enterprise.
That's right.
So why can't we just do a $2 million budget? Why does this have to go to a separate fund?
It just provides a way to keep track how the funds are going, making sure you know that the dollars are being spent as intended.
Well, you're going to the water fund, but so you're telling me if we transfer some to the water fund, those may be spent inappropriately?
No, I'm not saying that at all. It's just that we want to track how our revenues and expenditures are going. We want to be able to make sure that these dollars are going to be used to eliminate the deficit for our health funds.
But they're not going to eliminate the deficit. They're going to cover an additional expense.
That's right.
So they're not going to cover the deficit. So I'm just trying to figure out why we need a water stabilization fund. It sounds good. It sounds like it's going to be a progress, but it's not. So there's nothing about stabilizing the fund for next year or the year after. So what water funds is this stabilizing?
This is stabilizing the city.
Where is the real
For what? For how long?
We'll have to review it for each budget.
So this wasn't broke out to just be residential. This would also cover, because this will also cover commercial as well, right?
This will cover everything.
Every customer.
Up somewhere. This is unbelievable.
To me, there's a reason why you're putting it into a fund and not just doing a budget transfer. And the simple fact of we're trying to scare the public that they're going to get a 6% increase pay, it'd be a 2% increase at tops. So to me, there is, shady things happening with this, and it coming up to, campaign season, to me, this is, gonna be a bullet point on fire. This is gonna be a bullet point on campaign literature that we did increase rates, but we just kicked it down the road, so in 2 years from now, we have to substantially increase the rate because we're 46 million in debt.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to form the second round of discussion?
Where is Shelby?
Madam Chairman.
Councilwoman in the second.
Thank you, so I just want to clear, make sure that I'm on a few things. So right now, the city, we're under a 30-year contract with the county. And, this new organization, they have voted to raise our, water rates by 6%, almost 6%, correct?
That's correct, and they plan to have an ongoing capital plan, which is going to continue to raise our rates in the near future.
Okay, and so, and creating this water stability fund, that is funded with ARPA dollars. And I want to be clear, these are ARPA dollars that were, that basically would have lost if a lot of these colleagues did not have the political will to vote to put it in the general fund so we can continue to use these dollars. So we would have had to totally give all that back. So right now, we're dealing with funds that we wouldn't have, we would have done that. So now that we do have the funds, these funds must be spent by December 2026, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Please pause the time. So that's not a correct point of order. Please continue.
Okay, thank you. So, as I was saying, when my colleague said I'm telling a lie, thank you. So, our ARPA funds were allocated to the general fund underneath the ARPA category. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Want to make sure that I know what I'm talking about. And so, with that being said, these monies, these ARPA funds, must be spent by December 2026.
Yes.
All right, so this $2 million is going to continue, is going to carry us out from 2025 and through 2026. So after 2026, this is where we have to find another plan for, to continue to sustain our low water rates.
That's right.
All right, so this is where I sit with this. On behalf of the second ward, I shall not vote to raise water rates. I'm not going to raise water rates. So using these ARPA funds that were set aside from American Rescue Plan dollars, these monies were set aside to help municipalities like ours in situations just like this, to give us a hand up. So we understand that I hear my colleague in the fifth ward talk about people need roofs. You are absolutely right, but we also need water. We want to make sure that we continue to work on the plan. This is what a plan looks like when it comes together. We have administration working to come up with the plan, and then they're working on how to sustain this. And also, it's on us as well. We had key questions that we want to have answered. We had this since Wednesday. We could have answered any question that we need to have answered. But this is what a plan looks like. And so it is up to this body to work with the administration to come up with the plan. So unfortunately, we have colleagues that state that they will not work with the administration. I'm not one of those. So this is the part of the plan that's helping us not raise water rates. I'm for it, and I'm also dedicated to helping with the sustainability plan. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to form the second round of discussion? Ms. Valdez, you are the only person besides myself who has time. All right, thank you. So, Mr. Moore, I'm going to take my time. So I want to be very clear on what's happening here. We have a 30-year contract with Cleveland. We are faced with a 5.9% rate hike. We have residents who went to Cleveland's meeting, and I believe it was over 100 people or so, and they had an opportunity to tell Cleveland what this rate hike would mean to Flint residents. The rate hike was then still passed on to Flint residents. Here we are now with a solution that is going to get us a year out, correct? So get us a year without us having to raise any water rates. We've talked time and time again since I've been on this council about the fact that, one, we're not in favor of raising water rates. This is our opportunity to show that we're not in favor of raising water rates. Two, we We've also talked about there needs to be some sort of plan to stabilize. We love to say that we're co-equal branches, but when it is time for our branch to step up and offer some solutions or come with something other than what this administration is or isn't doing, this is an all hands on deck thing right now. If we are saying we do not want to raise water rates, we all need to be flipping under rocks and everything else. My colleague in the fifth ward is correct. We're coming up on budget hearings. And so there might be something there. So I know that when we start talking about the budget, I look forward to my colleague in the fifth ward's plan for how the water can be, we can find some water money there, so something in the budget can be moved around. Since we're bringing up budgets and we're talking about plans, I look forward to hearing her plan on the budget of how we can move some money around in the budget to make sure that we're not raising water rates now that we have a 5.9% hike. The bottom line is this $2 million is the guaranteed thing to keep us from having to raise rates for residents. We can talk about, we can look to next week and we can look to whatever. But every time we kick a can down the road, that means that's an extra $1 that's going to be added to someone's bill. That's an extra $5 that's going to be added to someone's bill. That's an extra $10 that's going to be added to someone's bill. And so as someone who has come up with the HOPE initiative to try and keep money in people's pockets, who has supported other initiatives to try and keep money in people's pockets, this will be no different for me on this evening. This $2 million is going to stabilize us for a year to where this 5.9% rate hike will not touch residents. This is not fear-mongering. If anything, this is being transparent and this is being honest. That if we do not do this with this $2 million, then that 5.9%, the residents will feel every bit of it. This is the way that we're trying not to make them feel it. Everybody was mad about a press conference that was held, but you had since that day that press conference was held until now to come up with a plan, and you sitting here asking somebody else for the plan. That's my time. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Priestley? Yes. Ms. Murphy Carter?
No.
Ms. Burns was not in. Ms. Michelle?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer? Mr. Garrett is not in. Mr. Holloway?
Yes.
Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
That didn't pass.
Vote is 4 yes, 2 no.
The vote is 4 yes, 2 no. So the resolution 250097-T, reallocation of ARPA funds for the water rate stabilization fund has failed. Moving on to resolution 2501001-T, reallocation of ARPA funds, youth job training, City of Flint, second clean and safe summer program. What is the pleasure of the body?
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman in the second ward.
I'd like to move that resolution, Council.
It's been moved to council. Is there support? Moved and properly supported by the councilman in the first ward. Is there discussion?
Madam Chair.
Councilman in the first ward, you have the floor.
Yes, I definitely will be supporting this program. It worked very well last year. I had an opportunity to work with some of the young folks, doing some things out in the community. You know, as the seasons change and it's starting to warm up, you know, people are more active and so forth. It's very important to make sure young people have some positive things to do. And one of those, great things where we have an opportunity to provide them with some jobs in which they can learn some skills that can benefit them and their families. And so I think definitely supporting these beneficial in so many ways, not only to young people, but it helps assist public safety as well. When you think about a lot of the things that's been occurring as a baby, shooters and young people and so forth, come from connecting, having positive things, mentors and jobs to do. So being that said, I definitely want to support it.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who'd like the floor in the first round of discussion? Councilwoman in the fifth ward, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, through you to Ms. Sparks Green.
Ms. Sparks Green, would you please join us at the lectern?
And while you're walking up, Ms. Sparks Green, I just wanted to ask a question. I see the 520 organizations, is it 5 or 6 organizations that will host the youth this some, right?
So last year we had 6.
It's 6.
Yes.
Is it still 6 this year?
No, we're trying to do more. We're gonna do 7 or 8 this year.
Okay. Now, so we have the organizations that will host the youth. What organization is overseeing everything? I don't think that was mentioned.
Yeah, but we haven't picked that organization yet, so we're going to, last year we had Faith Foundation doing that this year, but we're gonna give another opportunity to another, group to lead, so.
But you don't know what organization yet.
Not yet.
That will host.
Yes.
Well, I would want to know the organization that's hosting the overall, project.
We have a couple of, choices between the United Way and Metro, Community Development. So we're looking at those two.
You're looking at those two. When will we know for sure?
After we pass it. Then we can ask them to do it.
I just don't understand why the organization wasn't, selected beforehand. I mean,
Because it's a process that we have to go through, so we're not gonna go through the process and we're not gonna get the resolution passed, so it's a process, I mean, we don't just pick up, we have to.
and then I just see too, that Creator is one of the organizations, right?
That was last year.
That was last year.
They will all have to apply again this year in order to be
Okay.
selected,
And
yes.
you don't have a new list of organizations that were hosted?
No, we haven't started the process yet. So we're trying to start earlier this year, so that we can do the voting on which projects are gonna, that's gonna be selected.
Oh. So this.
So last year, remember, it was kind of more rushed because we were toward the end of school already being out. But this year, we passed it early, we had more time to go through the process of selection.
So you don't have the overall organization who's gonna be, I guess, act as the fiduciary. And we don't know the 7 to 8 organizations that will host the youth.
It's kind of early to select those.
Okay, well, it's kind of early for you to vote on it.
Councilman in the ward, you have the floor.
So, I don't hardly agree with what Councilman said. At this point, I'm just trying to, the 7 that were picked last year that we didn't know about, I think, the 5 council people that will understand everything, will understand this one as well. It looks like that probably the 7th word completely got.
Sure did not. Point of information, Ms. Sparks, would you like to correct that?
Where, no. And what for?
Me. Correct, would you like to correct that?
The 6th listed on the page, the second page is, tells you which one's got the.
I'm sorry, so the Flint Community Water Map that's just listed on 2 different pages of what they did, and the second one, they learned about science and career opportunities, so this document isn't true, what happened?
Correct, request for information. And are my colleagues aware of the fact that she just stood here and told y'all they had to rush and get sites? One of the sites that took students but did not take money, that the city administered all money, kept all money, was the Flint Community Lab.
Where does it say that it is?
I don't have anything to do with that. I know you're trying to spread the truth, and I know I'm correcting. I just asked her to correct me, so I'm correcting it for you.
That's not a correct point of order.
Yeah, I didn't ask for a point of order. I said point of information.
Anyways, this is my time.
And you're lying. So correct it.
Okay, so there was various amounts, each organization did get the same amount because all.
I didn't ask you to have the same.
Okay, let me just finish if you will. So none of have no orders, so, she did, their organization.
Cause she got
No, I'm telling you, let me- I'm telling you that some organizations, her organization, that organization did not collect money. Some organizations got less than others.
So how do I know that? If this document, if this is what the program was last year.
A point of order.
What is your point?
Not being funny.
Start the time.
And I'm just continuing on. This is what is provided to me. I certainly want to, got my best code for people of faith to teach the importance of faith and confidence when navigating life experiences with faith and mentorship. What the hell does that mean?
Well, we didn't want the kids to just be cutting grass, we wanted to learn something. So, as they were going to each one of these organizations, they were able to teach them things that
There should be a separation of church and state. And so, what are we funding? We're funding for them to be Christian?
Request for information.
Please pause this time. What is your request?
Is my colleague aware that the Figure of Faith, that they run day camps and daycare and different youth activities that's totally separate from the church entity?
That's what he's trying to figure out.
That is not what this says. I read what they are saying with this dish. So, I'm not gonna take up the rest of my time because this is nonsense. Until you can tell me who is getting the money, what they're going to be doing, how many people they're gonna hire, how much dollar per hour they're gonna hire, this is not gonna be money.
That
Thank
information
you.
is in there.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who'd like to go in the first round of discussion? Councilwoman, second ward.
Thank you, Ms. Barker. You can continue to speak.
The information about how we pay the kids and the organizations is in there. And it was in there from last year, same thing. And so, I don't understand, I mean, I just think that we can't put the cart before the horse. Okay, so if we don't pass this resolution, and we get out there and get all these people excited about it, if you don't pass it,
They shouldn't have
don't you
said
need to
that.
have a first before you start working? I mean, that's how I would think.
They shouldn't have said that.
All right, thank you. You know, summer is something that young people should look forward to and not dread. Especially over here on the north side. I don't know how we're living over there in the 8th Ward. I don't know how we're living over there in some parts of the 5th Ward. But I know that people are getting homes shot up. Young people are dying daily. And it's crazy that we have colleagues that are, this is not the first time, but the second time they're talking about blocking money.
Please pause the time. What's your request?
So this money is only gonna help your work.
Well, let me tell you where the bond is coming from. Let's see. Great point. But let's look at the stats of the people that have been dying in these streets, coming straight from the north side, Mr. Piper. And if you were in the community, you would know something. But as you drive around in your Tesla truck, clearly you don't get one damn about what goes on about the youth over here on the north side. And I'm saying,
So what we're not gonna do is keep yelling out. So that's your first warning. That's your second warning. See ya. Bye-bye. Officer, she is removed from this meeting. You're not going back and forth. Go ahead.
it is sad that we have to fight tooth and nail just so we can help save young people's lives because out of school time is important. Out of school time is important. These summer jobs last year, what did they do? They kept youth off of the street, gave them something to do. Like the councilman the first one said, it provided a level of mentorship. Again, we do apologize that over here that we're not driving around Tesla trucks. We're not living in big houses. That's not what we're doing.
Please pause the time. Pause the time. What's your request?
We're not running brand new Cadillacs either. What's the point?
That's a good one.
It's not his time. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Because this is what we're gonna do. Sir, call you. Oh, he just said for me. Did you hear that? This is what we're gonna do. Okay, everybody pause. Mr. Pfeiffer. Mr. Pfeiffer. for a second. You are removed from the meeting, so you need to leave. That's your first warning.
Damn,
That's your first warning. Ma'am, that's your first warning. That's your first warning.
She just throwing out warning.
That's your first warning. That's your second warning. You are removed from this meeting. That's fine. You can never run around the door though.
Wow.
Correct. So, listen. It's getting real personal around here. And so what we need to do,
Is she crying now?
You can't get that under control.
Can everybody please pause? Stop. Everybody stop.
Madam Chair, can you take 5 minutes?
Ms. Carson, we'll recognize the fact that the time is at 3 minutes. We will take a 3-minute break here.
A 3-minute break.
She said it before. Man, how many times she done cuss people out? She said worse than that to Pastor Thompson. She cussed out Pastor Thompson.
She don't know how to let it
And that's what you said to Pastor Thompson.
Wow!
She cussed out Pastor
She don't know how to let it go.
Amen.
twice. But she forgot about that.
This the conflict.
This is crazy. This is dysfunction at its finest. No.
But it's okay. Before me, Eric for the first time. Eric's
One second.
he made people believe that this is conduct and this is what leadership is about.
This is terrible.
I promise you, he left that indelible mark because that's what people think. If they would have been professional, it's just like moving. It's just like moving into it. I'm gonna say in a party, and it's nasty. It's not clear. When you leave, it's gonna stay the same way. Because you said, why should I clean it?
Come here, Ariel. We get you over here.
If you can get that, I hope that you.
Hello, ma'am.
Because there was never that time.
All right.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Ariel Mitchell. Do you see what's happening here, America? With Second Ward, poppycock. I mean, they just export poppycock out for no reason, and Miss Priestley, the one who carried the money bag, this is a friend of her foot.
Oh my God.
And what come you going?
What is that?
Just like Judas carrying the money bag for Jesus. She always try to make a difference. What us darkies and Flint don't want. They start a fight every time somebody's trying to get the money right in Flint, and they'll go along with it like Mr. Moore, always trying to throw a monkey wrench in it and trying to start a fight with Tarzan, him and his brother. And they know. What? Like now, stay tuned. But this.
Let me see that, Ariel.
Here, that's yours. You keep that. That's Miss Priestley's foot with the money bag.
You said this is Judy's foot.
Yeah, one for you too. Yeah. She the one that started all this stuff in Flint about darkies. And then she got her grandson walking around with him.
Oh, won't they?
Go.
I ain't never seen
She's probably working in the yard or something.
That's crust.
No, that's carpet. That's this carpet right here.
No.
I know what to say. She probably was working in the yard.
She mad because they couldn't get that $2 million passed. They're ready to burn this thing down.
I ain't want no man.
Yeah.
This is so crusty. Who's that?
That just turns me.
I real that's those pictures. And they nice pictures, aren't they? I mean, and on nice paper.
$2 million is how you cutting up, though. $2 million is how you cutting up. That's, yeah, 2 million. Because but you know something, Brother D, I'm gonna say this. Because I'm gonna say this right here. I'm gonna say this right here. When you see hypocrites of all
Well, today has been a day down here at council. If you ask me, that CFO, he doesn't know too much. And that's troubling to me. Like, he don't know how much ARPA money is left. He don't know the categories for the ARPA money. This $2 million, I don't believe that the increase should be passed on to the residents. But I'm hearing that when they first passed this contract, that these increases was already in there and that they knew about them then. So I'm still digging on that because now I have more questions. If they already knew about it when they passed the GLEBA contract, how come we weren't proactive in working on a solution so we wouldn't have to come down to the 12th hour? I don't understand why plant always has to wait to the last minute. So that's something that I'm going to be digging into while I'm sitting here tonight at council. Because if the contract already said there was going to be increases in this contract, why weren't we proactive?
Right.
We should have been proactive. So
some people made mistakes in 2017.
Stay tuned. Everything that glitter ain't gold. So yeah. That big performance that she put on with,
no, I don't put it on.
Oh, you want to be on camera? I just think that performance with Dennis about FU and all of that, she cussed out Pastor Thompson and she said some very disturbing things. And it's not hearsay. I was there. I heard the first one. I heard it. So she said some very disturbing things to Pastor Thompson. So I think Liddell just wanted her a moment today. So that's what she got. She got her a moment. So Dennis is sitting there unbothered, and let's see. We got a whole nother meeting to go, and I think it's about to get very interesting. Stay tuned, America. I don't know how to turn it back. Boop, boop.
Watch out. Now I can talk to y'all. This is some of the greatest acting down here. It's crazy what they doing. I'm glad they stood up for something, but I'm just saying some of the stuff that's going down is crazy. This whole thing, the deal Lewis now fires, how Miss Biggs got set up with that. Y'all be careful who y'all give videos to. Because I'm pretty sure it was a video that was gave to AK Cole and really set Miss Beverly Biggs up. That's the I'm just saying. Watch how y'all, just like how they trying to do Billy, you see them videos getting out there. We as a people gotta be way smarter. And I keep telling everybody don't want to see Miss Biggs in that seat. Even some of the people that surround her. Yeah, now. People sat up here and played these games. Nah, y'all already know. All you gotta do is pay attention who not here. All you gotta do is find the one person to be in the middle of everything. I'm just gonna say it. This is a lot of this madness be getting started. People be playing games. Yeah, they just, you're right. You're right. Y'all start paying attention on what's going on. Yeah. Right. He should be fired anyway. Yeah, the CFO need to be fired. How you coming down here on this bitch plan?
You know this organization.
I said that just want to at least tell us what's 5 or 6. 5 or 6 is gonna get the money.
Yeah, what
I don't mind
organization?
that, right?
Because they want to keep us using it as a campaign.
I know that.
Both ways, right?
But that's what he been doing with the opposition.
And he wanted, nice little poster, whatever. This is what I did. I stabilized the water fund, blah, blah, blah. Oh, he already did a press, right? He already did a press conference on this too.
I was saying that when she said, well, putting the private funds where y'all shouldn't have said it to the community.
Right.
Got it over.
Right.
So who really put the private funds? And this is not the kids that's gonna be working, the ones that are getting drug though. And she works for that too. This is not a necessity right now. It's sitting there summer.
Yeah. No. You gotta watch them people though. I gotta.
Where's the Brady Center?
Wonder who that is. He had his phone dealing with the deal. I don't know. He had his phone.
Adjournment center, right?
The who?
Adjournment center, they lease up.
Oh, it is.
It was up my house, a break
He gonna be coming after them next. He gonna be coming. He got somebody who wanna put in there. Hey, how you doing?
Oh no, he kept looking back. Just was scared. Is he still there? Wait a minute. We got action, baby.
All right, break is now over. Colleagues, let's return to our seats. Break is now over. I'll be glad to return to our seats.
That's my girl. So she got up and is she gonna leave? Well, they still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, they didn't. I didn't look there about it.
this fucked up. I don't really think they put my address out there, put my pictures out there. I get doxxed by council people. You know, they play everything that the other people do. That's why I don't want to hear that shit. I don't have no sympathy because they all play. They all play. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's the nasty. They all play.
Madam Clerk, before we do the roll call go back in, I do want to take this time on behalf of the entire council to apologize to the residents that are here and the residents that are at home. We have passionate debates. Sometimes things get out of hand. Sometimes words are said. Sometimes thoughts and intentions are misunderstood. So we do apologize. We are going to continue this meeting, and while we are clearly not all going to agree, we are going to be respectful of each other and of your time and better represent you. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
And for the record, we are returning to order at 6:17 p.m. Mr. Allen.
Present.
Dr. Lewis. Present. Mr. Priestley. Ms. Winfrey Carter.
Present.
Ms. Burns is absent. Ms. Mashat.
Present.
Mr. Pfeiffer. Mr. Jarrett is absent. You have 6 members.
We have 6 members present, I believe, before we went at ease that the councilwoman in the second ward had the floor for the second round of discussion, and she had 3 minutes and 3 seconds left. Please continue, Dr. Lewis.
Thank you. And thank you so much for apologizing to the residents, because I have yet to receive an apology from the councilman in A Ward for saying caffeine on the
There we go.
And this is the kind of working environment that we have. We have men that say these bad things to their colleagues on the record and think that it's okay. Councilwoman Morgan dealt with the same thing when she sat there. That's why she refused to run again.
Point of order.
I thought it was.
Please pause
They
the
talking
time.
about past the.
Councilwoman.
Madam Chair, she's not being germane to the resolution that's on the table.
Thank you, Councilwoman Carter. Dr. Lewis, please wrap up your point and go back into the agenda item.
Said wrap up her.
I definitely will. But I just have to state that for the record. Thank you.
Thank you.
And so, on the north side, like I was saying, it's a little different than other wards. We have different needs, different situations. And so, these dollars that are supporting scholars that have summer jobs is important. It provides money for the household. It provides money in their pocket so they don't have to go to illegal activity. It gives them something to do with their out of school time. provide positive mentorship. That's what Councilman Alvini, that's what I do in the community, that's what Councilman Murphy, that's what he stood for when he sat in this seat. That's what we do over here on the north side to elevate and escalate. And we are appealing to our colleagues to stand with us so we can continue to build a Flint that we all would like to see and grow and thrive. Unfortunately, we don't have Miller Road managers over there in the first ward, or in the second ward, or in the third ward. But what we do have, we have people that deserve an opportunity to thrive. And these dollars are giving our youth opportunities to thrive. Now, voting no to this resolution, it'll be a bad thing for a lot of the youth that need this. But it'll be a slap in the face to the first ward, the second ward, third ward, and fourth ward, and the parts of your ward that deserve these dollars. We need to stop playing politics, and we need to do what's best for the people. How do I know? Because I'm working with the young people. I'm in their schools. I am in there. I'm talking to the parents. I'm dropping meals off at people's houses. I'm doing things the other council people don't have to do because they don't have to deal with that. But when I come here and I'm passionately telling my colleagues what I need and what we need to have happen, and they yell out F you on the microphone, I hear F you to the first ward, the second ward, the third ward, and every single youth that needs this money. So again, you don't have to answer to me, those that vote no. You answer to the residents. That's who you answer to. Yeah. But hopefully, we have an answer to do to the black community and also for the women in this community. Yes. So for Women's History Month, I am proud to sit in this seat and represent every single woman in the city of Flint as we continue to thrive and do good things. And although I am harassed and degraded at work, I will continue to show up. Thank you.
For the money.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to join the second round of discussion?
She show up for money.
Seeing as how there's no one else who would like to join the second round of discussion, I will go ahead and take my time. What we witnessed here tonight is something that we continuously witness. And that is we start off on an agenda item talking about how we're going to do something good for the residents. And then it veers into something ugly for not only the city and the residents, but for us sitting up here. It turns into all of this animosity, all of this vitriol, all of these things that it doesn't have to be. Because even when we were at ease and we were having the discussions, I had a chance to listen to all of my colleagues and where they stood. And the bottom line is everybody is in agreement that our wards can benefit from the youth having these jobs. We're all in agreement. We are all very clear that our wards look very different, that we all are experiencing different amounts of poverty, different amounts of disenfranchisement, some more than others. I hear my colleague in the second ward with her passionate plea of the fact that while no, this is not going to benefit just the second ward, she has a duty to fight and come out strong for the second ward when we talk about a possible opportunity being missed. I hear my colleague in the 8th ward when he says that he felt like the conversation was taking another turn to where it felt like it was personal and where it was targeted, and to where, because of everything that's happening with all over and people's address to people's cars and all this stuff that has gone far too far just here at home, of him saying he does not want to be another victim of behavior which can cause his family to be targeted. Now, whether or not he says it over the mic or not, he has admitted that the vulgar language was too far, but he stands on his point of he feels how he feels about the resolution. Again, I can't speak for him on, he spoke for himself on the resolution, but I think at some point in time, the language that we use up here towards one another fuels the language that everybody else uses towards us, and we need to stop. I am in strong support of what this agenda item is about, and that is the youth having jobs. And please believe the youth that had jobs last year are probably watching this thinking, Is this how they are talking to each other? Is this what, if we came and worked at for the Flint City Council, the environment we would be walking into and working in? And the answer to that is no. We will commit to do better, and more importantly, we will commit to ensuring that you all have the jobs you need in a timely manner. Ms. Sparks-Green already stated, there are a lot of things that can't move until we decide that this money is going to move. So let's give the youth some jobs. Roll call, Madam Clerk. This is the resolution of 250-100-T, which is the allocation of ARPA funds for youth job training, City of Flint, second Clean and Safe Summer Program. Roll call.
Mr. Carter.
No.
Ms. Burns is absent. Ms. Michelle?
Yes.
Mr. Piper? No. Mr. Jarrett is absent. Mr. Alvin?
Yes.
Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
The vote is 4 yes, 2 no.
The vote is 4 yes, 2 no. That resolution fails. There's a motion to adjourn. Let's not clap for you who's not getting jobs. There's a motion to adjourn by the councilman in the 8th Ward, supported by the councilwoman in the 4th Ward. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
They shouldn't have made no big announcement before they brought it to council.
No, that show you how foolish they is.
I put that on
Did a press
Burns
conference,
is absent.
didn't invite people.
Yes.
administration.
Mr. Piper? Mr. Jarrett is absent. Mr. Alvin? Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Vote is 6 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 6 yes, 0 no. The time is 6:25 p.m. I call the Special Affairs Committee meeting. It is now adjourned. I want to remind the residents that you have a few minutes here until council starts, but we want to give you time to fill out a speaker slip if you'd like to speak.
Boy, some people cried about that. They cried about that little something ago. Yeah, that messed up too. This is
He gave everybody a bird. That's a whack. I told you that. She got mad at too, please.
That's why they go into a phone and transfer it or something.
I wrote that down. So why does it have to go to the city?
One
You walk out or you talk. People really have to be going through all
Thank you, Sherman. Tell Sherman Davis thank you for the $10.
Thank you. Thanks for everybody who hit the super chat. And Marcia Tarver, I can't tell you where that $2 million. That, really, to be honest with you, it was some stuff that happened with the $2 million
I'm good.
that they needed it.
Is everybody okay?
Yeah, we trying to.
Do everybody need cappuccino? Now, should I pass some cappuccinos?
I think I'll take it. I think I'm going to take a shot.
Yeah, mental illness is real, but see what it is, family. See what it is. They voted for this back in 2017, from what we was just told, and they knew this was going to happen. And this was, I'm guessing, allegedly this was up under the Weaver administration when they was doing this. So, and you got this council trying to figure it out where they went wrong at this side. So they knew an increase was coming. You got a mayor that's just blowing money like BMF, blowing money fast. And this is what you get. They've been letting the CFO come down here. He should be fired for not knowing nothing. Should be fired, but see, they'll let a person get a job like that and keep it paying 6 figures. Ain't he making over 100,000? Is the CFO making 100,000? CFO.
I know it's 6 figures.
He making 6 figures and don't know nothing. Don't know nothing. And then and that's why I tell people, you have to be careful when people be sitting up here wanting you to do stuff. They'll leave you out here. Oh, right about yourself.
How you doing, sweetie? Living the dream like you guys.
Well, you know it's a nightmare then.
Don't tell nobody.
I won't.
I'm sure you've seen our new music.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
Very impressed.
Right. Can't figure it out. That's what the CFO stand for now.
All right, now we all
I need somebody. I have went to block it because I can't block it because I got my phone. She wants you to grab them speakers, she said. Yeah, she said start it.
She said they're about to start now.
Yeah. She just don't like us talking. But family, when I tell y'all, be careful on who y'all doing business with. You don't want videos leaked out. That's why what you see, they was gonna go hard on Miss Biggs about it. Y'all be careful who y'all be getting these, 'cause I don't know how a lot of people not from here can get exclusive videos and get them put out. I never seen nothing like that. I never seen it. But come 26, Adele probably in here watching. Yeah, I talked to the good brother that was up here and told him all that fake stuff that she doing, crying, worrying about this. If she not a gaslighter, that's why Rashad Ritchie probably won't take none from Flint no more. From the Young Turks. Y'all better start paying attention. There's some wicked people. She mad because she got called out. She ain't been doing nothing for the second ward. Yeah, because she probably was going to get some money, allegedly. She probably knew her friends was going to get people she might have wanted to know. Yeah. I'm telling you, some of the worst people in the world, but that Miss Big situation, you be careful. Every smile is not a friendly one.
If all council members can take their seats, we'll go ahead and get the city council meeting started.
Ma'am, give them a start.
See how the deal. Different people, different attitude. I don't know how she got the chair.
Because she's still the president.
Unbelievable.
Time is 6:34, and I will call this council meeting to order.
Watch this. She just ready to jump the gun, push it to the back. And she's ready to say, can we do the selecting?
Yes, calling this council meeting to order in accordance with
Hey,
Charter Section 3-201 for the purpose of organization of city council. And before we begin, I will take the roll call. Mr. Alvin?
Present.
President.
Ms. Priestley? Present. Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns is not in. Ms. Mashat?
Present.
Mr. Pfeiffer? Mr. Jared is not in. You have 5 members present.
Madam Chair, Madam Clerk,
Ms. Priestley?
I make a motion to move the reorganization.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter? Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter? This is a motion to move the organization of the city council to the end of the agenda.
Yes.
Ms. Burns is not in. Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer? Mr. Jared is not in. The vote is 6 yes, 0 no. So we will move the organization council to the end of the agenda, and we will go on to the regular opening ceremonies.
Now it's time for the pledge of allegiance. Ms. Priestley, would you please lead us in the pledge of allegiance? Mr. Pfeiffer, could you lead us in the prayer of blessing?
She got to be kidding. She got to be kidding. She playing.
She a whole clown. She won't stop. She won't stop. She don't know how to stop.
But before we move on with the prayer of the blessing,
Here we go.
do we have anyone that would like to acknowledge anyone that may have transitioned?
The respect and counsel.
Yes, Madam Chair. I would like to have a moment of silent prayer for the family of Miss Maya Franklin, for the family of Mr. Randy Howard, and for the family of Mr. Percy McGee.
All right. Not a problem. Ms. Mashat?
Yes, for the Rawls family, and then also for, I can't recall if we did already for, Judge Heyman, Attorney Heyman. But I would like to, keep both of those families listed in prayer.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead, Mr. Alvin.
I'd like to move signs for the Terry family.
Thank you. And lastly, I would like to have a moment of silence for every single young person that have lost their life to violence in the city of Flint.
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead, Ms. Madam Clerk.
I'm asking for a moment of silence in memory of Miss Mary Frances Smith, who was my mother's best friend. So I'm asking that she be remembered, her family be kept in everyone's prayers.
All right, thank you. So a moment of silence begins now. All right. So now it's time for the prayer of the blessing. Ms. Murphy Carter, would you please lead us in the prayer of the blessing? All right. So, since Ms. Murphy Carter don't want to lead the prayer of the blessing, I will go ahead and rely on the councilwoman, the vice president, and the seventh ward to lead the prayer of the blessing.
Liddell can't stop playing.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For all minds are clear. Like Father, we just come to you first and foremost. Thank you for this day and time. Thank you for your grace, your mercy, your love, and your favor leading us to this point. We thank you for safe travels as we arrive here. We thank you for safe travels as we go back to our different destinations, Lord. We ask that you will be with all of those who are currently in the middle of grief, who just recently lost loved ones, and those who might have lost loved ones a while ago, but their wave of grief is hitting them again. That you would be a comfort to them, and that you would keep them. We ask now that as we move forward with this council meeting, that peace would prevail, your perfect peace would prevail, that we would be calm, that we would do things that are uplifting to the residents of the city, that we would all recognize what we are tasked with on today and move as you would have us to move, that our hearts and minds would be open to receive. This in the mighty name of Jesus, we thank you and pray. Amen.
So now it's time for the reading of this Disorderly Park City Code subsection. Any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of the Flint City Code section 3110. Disorderly conduct, assault and battery, disorderly persons, and will be subject to arrest for misdemeanor. Any person who prevents the peaceful or orderly conduct of any meeting will be given one warning. If they persist in disrupting the meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators will be removed from the meetings. So now, do we have any requests for agenda changes? All right, seeing none, we will move on. Madam Clerk, first public speaker.
First speaker is our
Hello, Council. I'm R.L. Mitchell. For the record, when Mr. Moore was up here, trying to explain how he gonna raise the water bill for all the people with our federal money, and Mr. Ed Teller tried to make it look like a puppet, but he couldn't do nothing about it, so he went on by his business. He disappeared out in the desk debris, whatever back there, and good thing he didn't run into pocket cap, so he wouldn't grab pocket cap, and you don't know why. But Mr. Ed Teller, just like the administration, doing stuff on the bosses, like y'all try to jump on Tarzan and don't give them a chance to respond. Got to talk for him, and Mr. Shat found that out. Can't put words in Tarzan law. Who do you think you is? Take care of putting you through the high school over there, $3 million roof. Talking about taking care of the water on the Broad Highway roof where the kids out in the streets. Just jump. And another thing about, the pocket dope boys over on St. John Street and all that stuff. Figure out how you gonna parallel jump when you keep doing the industrial stuff. And another thing about that was school that made out of a church over on DuPont and Austin Street. I think it's Bunch, used to be Bunch. I was walking through there one day when and the principal looked at me like when I'm doing trespassing. That's been 30 years ago. But I didn't know my son was, my two boys was in there. They look at me like I don't belong. That's just like they doing Flint like they doing only country in the world is finally ever Flint is Turkey right now. And they arrested the mayor last night He's been running that thing for 3 years and the people's getting, and that's what that mind you of right now. But nobody is scared to arrest the little short man downstairs nearly. Because he might think of another idea to get over on us, and everybody go along with it. Like first ward, second ward, and the one with the money bag, priest, talking that stuff about the priest. I mean, he just got out of the hospital with 2 lungs collapsing, and all that junk that she's still walking around with. Out. We the people money in it. Like the okey dokies. Like I told me, be down to the IRS, sir. We understand that you ain't got no stimulus money for three times. All you gotta do is just bring your identification in your Social Security card. But the man already told you first, the money you got. People still thinking the bank, man, they call us terrorists. But stay tuned, man. You're gonna see how we get out of it.
Thank you, Mr. President. Next speaker.
Next speaker is Rodney Thomas.
Not here. Not here. Rodney got right up there with the cousin.
Next speaker is David Peachy.
He left too.
Next speaker is Arthur Goodson.
Waiting for the bump.
Next speaker is Marquand Davis.
He'll let the treasurer tell you that he'll jewel of the city.
First, I would like to say hello to everyone on the board. But I also want to say that in 2017, they brought that contract with Cleveland to city council when I was on board. We denied that contract, but we told ourselves, or we told the administration, which was Governor Snyder and Jerry Daniels, if I can remember, that we wasn't going to vote for that contract because that contract automatically had 4% hike in it. It was going to raise our water bills 4% in that contract. And it was going to spend $7 million out of the $12 million note that we had to pay them to buy the KWA, which was going to be over $5 million, which I knew that if they was going to have $5 million, they was going to have to get the funds on their profit from somewhere. And I knew that the water increase was going to go up in the near future. I have my video when I came up to the pole after I lost my seat. And I believe that's how I lost my seat, and me and my other colleagues. It's because we wouldn't abide by what the government wanted us to do. And what the government wanted us to do was to vote for that contract. That contract was the first from the jump in 2017. That contract specifically stated that it was going to raise our water bills. So people who are not educated and do not know, please don't be surprised that the water rates is going to go even higher in years to come. The water stabilization fund, I believe is a farce too. Yeah. The reason why I believe it's going to be a farce because you're going to have to take from Paul to pay Peter. And where's Paul? Unless the money's going to be misappropriated. But I also must say that $2 million that's going to help the residents, you should help the residents at least for a year. Even if it's for a year, it's showing that you're helping the residents. Jerry Murphy Carter, it's no offense at you, because I don't think that you really was educated at that time. But you voted for that contract. And I felt it was not fair for you to beat up the man that was up there that wanted to give you $2 million. But you voted for that contract in 2017. But not just you. It was Eric Mays, Ted Fields, and a few other council people voted for that contract. That contract was set for Flint, catastrophe in Flint in 2017. And I came to this podium a month or two after I lost my seat. And I begged City Council to not vote for that contract. I told City Council that our water rates is going to go up in the next 30 years. It's going to go higher in years to come. So doing a water stabilization fund, I don't know what it's going to be
Good evening, council. First of all, I would like to give a shout out to Ms. Beverly Lewis and all the seniors and community that stood together with her as leadership to save the senior programs. That is a Flint thing. That's a Flint characteristic. That's what Flint looked like. We're fighters. Y'all might not remember when the seniors chained doors at Hasselbrink to keep their executive director from being fired. So I just want to give a shout out, when we fight, we win. And speaking of fighting, you all got this resolution that thankfully failed to use opera money to pay for the rate hike that Gleeble gave. But on February 26th, there was a public meeting of Gleeble. The rate hike was on the agenda. Where the city council resolution saying don't raise the rates? Where that at? Where the press conference for that? Where was that press conference? Challenging Gleeble not to raise our rates. Where was the administration at? Where is his letter going to Gleeble saying we pay some of the highest water rates in the nation, don't raise our rates? It was 200 people on Zoom at that meeting. A lot of them were, there was at least 15 people from Flint on the call. Not all of them spoke, but enough of us spoke protesting the rate hike. Did you all, who represent us, go down there or send a letter protesting the rate hike? You didn't do it. Now we got people wanting to run for mayor, you want to run for senate, you want to run for governor, you want to this, that. None of them were down there protesting water rate hikes. We need new leadership around here, y'all. And Mr. Alameen, really, for real, a PPO on a resident, go to court to do that? Can we go to court and stop these rate hikes? And get a subpoena on that? Last but not least, I ain't got long. There are plans that has been brought to y'all. We had petitions for water affordability rate. You could have protested the February 26th meeting. You could have demanded as customers of Gleewood that we be allowed to be on the Lifeline program, where low-income people pay as little as $17 a month. There's plans, but you have no vision. Thank you.
No vision.
The next speaker is Kawana Mack.
Uh-oh. For the love of money.
Yeah, I know I was coming back. Now, I just would like to say before I forget, Mr. Elamine, all you had to do was get your drink up. And Liddell and Mushat, y'all need a stronger prescription from y'all doctor. All together. And since y'all like to play music, and I got a song just for you.
This was started.
Liddell, this is for you and yours.
I can't.
This is what our president thinks about the Flint residents, why they stealing the money. That's right. She's going by house. Come on, baby. Don't make me have to do it next week, because I will. But I'm gonna keep on talking. Judy, I heard you got a house over there that's probably a couple houses from yours that's unboarded and everything else. You can't even get that done on your own street. What good is it? But you know what? I would like to come up here and ask for $25,000 to go dig up them willow trees trees on the vacant lots. How about that? Can y'all do that for me? You're giving everybody else the money. Ain't that right, Mr. Jew? It ain't here for us. And, you wouldn't play, but, I'm gonna play it next week. Or the week after. Cause I'll be back. There you go.
But they don't want that. She want that time.
Put it in the mic.
Says the president. The vice president is the choir.
It's all, she can't.
Thank you.
All right. Is that the last public speaker, Madam Clerk?
She's so happy it's over with right now. She don't know what
Next public speaker
That's
is
a hit right there.
Are they back? Oh, yeah.
Good evening. I know there's a certain person up here that wish that I wouldn't come back, but I'm here again. So sorry, the time that I come over here and try to educate or help and stand and protest with you guys is very special to me. I have a son that is terminally ill, so any time away from him is very precious to me. So for me to stand here and try to fight for you guys' rights, and because you know what, I know common sense says it's coming to my town next. And guess what, it already is. So the corruption is high in here. Geez, the blackmailing, it's just unbelievable. You vote wrong, you got somebody screaming at you. I guess louder is right, but not really. But the disrespect that you guys show up here and you wonder why the kids are turning out the way they are in Flint, or anywhere, the disrespect of adults. You know, they're watching us. They're trying to be, we're supposed to be the example of how to treat people. And yet we got council people standing here screaming and hollering because you disagree with someone else. And now you got Flint's sided with the north side to the east side to the west side. Mine's worse than yours is, and it's just unbelievable. You have bigger problems out here. You got kids missing. Who's talking about the human trafficking going on? There is kids being tortured while you guys stand here and bicker over willow trees that don't even help. I don't know. Did the willow trees help the water main that just went through? That ARPA money was made for the residents. That ARPA money, because you locked them up. You wouldn't let them go to work, but you'd let them go to a bar. You wouldn't let them go to church, but you'd let them go here. And it just didn't make no sense. You could go to Walmart and shop, but you couldn't go to the mom and pop shop. If this makes any kind of sense to you guys, I don't know. I don't know. COVID was a testimony of, are you going to follow what the government says every freaking time? Or are you going to use your own common sense? Because our school system sucks.
Yep.
You have people coming out of graduation and they don't even know how to read unless you put a Google phone in front of their face. And they can autocorrect. It's just disgusting. And as far as putting a PPO, I see the gentleman left, on a senior citizen because she didn't put up the video, so I'm not sure exactly what it is. They didn't spell her name right, so that's not even correct. Because running, I know that petitions, you don't have your name.
Warning one.
That's your second one. Thank you. Madam Clerk, that's the last speaker.
No, the last speaker for this meeting is Rich Jones.
How y'all doing? This city, and it ain't just y'all, and it ain't all y'all, but it's enough. We on the wrong people. Y'all on that personal thing. Y'all ain't about the people. Y'all need to start thinking about the people before y'all make some of y'all decisions. And Ms. Liddell, I appreciate about the laundromat and everything, but I also used to talk to Quincy Murphy. You know, we didn't always argue. And one of the things that we were talking about was a 30-day clean of Flint. And what that is, on garbage day, everything on the curb get picked up by our trash company, and some kind of communication be made about those loads that don't get picked up by our trash company. Because ever since we signed this trash agreement, it's been houses that they have not picked trash up on. Now, the good part about this is, especially in the third ward, but we still got a lot of bad spots. But it's a lot of areas that were blighted that is now grass and dirt. So, at first when I brought this up, I was thinking like, shit, y'all may need 90 days. That's how bad our city was. But it is looking better in spots, but we still have sore gum throughout our city. And I think that's something that needs to be looking into, being that it's summer. We got summer youth programs, we got a blight department. I feel we can all get together, and we got neighborhood groups that like to clean up. And about this virus, can y'all write us some ordinances or something to create gun-free zones? Is there anything that y'all can do to put on these young folks' minds to leave their guns at home? Please do it. And when we know that people is parking lot pimping, we need to go there and break that pimping session up before somebody get killed. Because we're letting people hang out in these parking lots too long. And that's where our problem is starting. So we really need to do something about eliminating parking lot pimping. And I hate to say that because as a youngster, that was my claim to fame. I love going on Saginaw Street and just sitting on the hood of my car and hollering at people and bumping into people I ain't seen. We can't do that nowadays. Thank you.
Madam Clerk?
That was the last speaker.
All right, we have the last speaker. Do we have anyone that would like to respond from council response?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Priest.
I want to address the false information that Willows and Kersey Park were paid for by ARPA funds. They were not. There was a separate grant that was completed well before Reroute Flint came before our council for asking for money. What Reroute Flint came to and was awarded was money for vacant lots.
To plant willow tree.
And they never received the money, and they will not because the lot did not become available. So when we talk about willows on the east side, none of that was paid for with ARPA dollars.
How was we supposed to know? We don't know who got what.
All right, anyone else? Go ahead, Councilwoman Salmore.
Don't nobody know who got what.
So the one thing everybody that did say, there are just a couple of things that I think that we need to be honest with ourselves about as a community. Anytime that we are clapping or allowing people to come from other cities and clap about the potential rates being raised for residents, there's a problem, and there's a disconnect in the city that we would allow someone else to come to our city and clap for youth jobs to fail, that we would allow someone else to come to our city and clap for meetings, basically clap for dysfunction. We are not all right now, but we can be. And what has to change is the way we deal with and talk to each other. There were some things, Ms. McClendon, that you mentioned that you are correct. You are absolutely correct on. But I want everybody to know that just because we sit up here doesn't mean we all of a sudden have all the answers, know all the meanings, and can figure out all things. This is the reason I am very present in my ward, and that I talk to elders and lean on people, and that I lean on the expertise of the people in the administration who've been working for 20, 30, 40 years. You all can paint pictures in your mind of what you think someone else is thinking, or you can stop and have a conversation to really figure out what they're thinking and figure out what's really going on. The only way we get through this is together. And the only way we can get it together is by having communication that doesn't involve disrespect. You might not agree with the council person in the first ward and the way he handled the situation, but he has a minor child in play. There's a reason my colleague in the 8th Ward got upset, because for you all, you go home. You don't go home to the death threats. You don't go home to your families being in danger. You don't go home to your address being plastered, not knowing who's not from here, who will really pull up and try to hurt you. So be mindful of that. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Mr. Almeida.
I'd like to address some of Ms. Cleveland article wasn't said as well. You know, from the time I've been on council, I've been easily shocked. I laugh it off. And that's definitely bother me. I know it's on the said to it. But it is a red line that you don't cross with me, just like I won't cross nobody else. So if I have to take that measure to do something to protect my loved ones, I will do that. You should have a conversation when you get the whole story and not this stuff that's being posted. Oh, you stay at this house and all this other stuff. No, it's a family. My father was just in here who stays at the house where my son do be at. And when somebody violates that, then we do have a whole other level of problems we're gonna have. And so we get it addressed. So that's why I did that. But we can have a conversation, we can get the full story. Respectfully, I say that. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anyone else would like to speak?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Councilman Fitchburg.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I would like to thank the residents for staying and being engaged in the process. And I wanted to touch on something that former Councilman Montes Davis said. And yes, Councilman, yes, I did vote on that. I did vote on the GLEWA 30-year deal. However, that's not what I was referencing earlier today. My thing with the whole water stabilization fund was, I felt like Mr. Moore coming before us, he needed to be more prepared. He needed to be able to answer the questions that we proposed to him. And I still say that. You know, I'm not going to vote on something whereas I don't get all of the questions answered that I present. You know, I mean, I want to know, what is the percentage that each household or each water account will increase? And I think I should be able to get that information in order to make informed decisions when it comes to the vote for the residents of the 5th Ward. And so, but thank you for bringing that to our attention. And yes, we knew it was going to increase. However, we need a plan, and we have to have a plan to be followed here. Next year, we're going to increase again. What are we going to do? Thank you, Madam Chair.
All right, anyone else? Seeing that there's no one else, I'll go ahead and take my time. When we first started working with the ARPA allocation budget, we set aside some water funds, and I had Ms. McClendon to work with me. Ms. McClendon, did not work with me. And we were talking about looking at what they were going to destroy. I went to you to work with you. It's okay, I'll take the hand, but I just want to make sure that we have an understanding that we are attempting to work with residents, but it has to go both ways. Next, like I heard my colleague in the 7th Ward talking about fear, people coming up to their house. People came to my house. The councilman in the 6th Ward brought a guy that has a PPO against him from the Chicago Police Department to my house. That happened in real time. So it's not a hope and a dream and a wish. It happens to me. On this body being disrespected by men, telling me that they're going to beat me up. And then when I stand up, I'm attacking wrong, I'm attacking men. We need to make sure that this is not only a safe place for residents, but a safe place for council members as well. Mr. Alameen should not have to put out a PPO against a 3rd Ward candidate. He shouldn't have to. But when you cross the line, you use the law to protect you and your family.
Shit, you dox me.
So, again, this is real life on this city council as we attempt to work through things such as water stabilization funds. It's hard to get a grasp on things like that when you got colleagues saying F you. It's kind of hard to get a grasp on things like that when you got colleagues bringing strangers to your house. It's kind of hard to get a grasp on things when you have colleagues threatening to stab tires. It's kind of hard to get a grasp on things when you got people yelling out from the audience that they want to beat you up. Let's do better. So as we move on, we are moving on to the consent agenda. What's the pleasure of the body? Go ahead, Ms. Richard. We can't hear you.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
All right. Any support? Supported by the councilman in the 1st Ward. Any separation? Yes, ma'am. And I want to be clear on the 2 resolutions that there are. So, Madam Clerk, which resolutions made it to the council?
The resolutions that are on the consent agenda are resolution 250093, contract with Woody Trim, and 250094, contract with Lux Roofing Company for water plant replacement.
All right. What's your point?
What did he say?
You got it? Thank you.
What?
9, 3, 4,
All right. So seeing that we don't have any separations, we are looking to pass the consent agenda, the presentation of minutes, in addition to resolution 2. Right, with any corrections. Then as well as resolution 250093, 250094, 250095. All right, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Dr. Bush?
Yes.
It's over.
Mr. Priestley?
They gonna vote for the 3rd Ward and her special order for women's history.
Yes.
Might not walk out on that shit.
Chad?
Yes.
Piper?
Yes.
Harris, not there?
Walk right out.
Vote 6 yes, 0 no.
All right, the vote is 6 yes, 0 no. So the consent agenda has passed.
Now start for the special order.
So now, it is time for the special order.
I wish they would set up this.
They gonna sit up there and listen to it.
Are you kidding me?
I just need to get that started.
They ain't even stand to listen to
Yeah, I
it.
wouldn't
The
even.
administrator.
presentation is a brief video that will be shown in commemoration of Women's History Month, and it is highlighting just a few of the trailblazers in the city of Flint, past and present.
He said they need to turn off the lights. I can't even believe they gonna sit here and watch this.
One, two, three, four. They wouldn't have a quorum. They wouldn't sit there and listen to none of their special orders. And did they put a special order on that floor for the residents? I wouldn't sit here and watch it. Put a special order on the floor that's gonna help somebody.
I can't believe.
I don't believe this. This special order ain't about to help no roof, no water, no nothing. It ain't nowhere in the world.
Yeah, man, I can't believe it. This is crazy.
They ain't gonna have nothing but all ain't none of y'all gonna be on it.
Cypress Park Neighborhood Association. Women's Empowerment March.
Man, are you serious?
Put it on the screen so that people can see what this shit is.
Many people wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size.
Are you serious?
When I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say, it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman. They nod.
Man, they let them play.
Maggie Ozone, community activist pioneer. She was the first human relations director at the city of Flint. Jaquanda Johnson, founder and publisher of Flint, first woman-owned and founded news agency in the city of Flint. Before their launch in 2017, community members said they were tired of seeing news filled with only crime, sports, and Flint's ongoing water crisis. There was and is much more to Flint than that.
Man.
Willa Hawkins, educator and community activist, she helped lead a sleep-in on the lawn of the Flint City Hall.
I'm gonna have to mute it because
gotta mute it again because of the music.
Want to include pioneers, trailblazers, and Sunday school teachers, people that have been influential. So thank you all for your attention, and we will move on to the next item of business. Ms. Priestley, I acknowledge you. All right, any support? Supported by Councilman First Ward. Roll call.
Dr. Lewis?
No.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. McIntyre, not in. Ms. Burns, not in. Ms. Shad?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer? Yes. Mr. Davis, not in. Mr.
Somebody did it.
Vote is 4 yes, 1 no.
The vote is 4 yes, 1 no, so that motion fails. So now we are on leadership. Yep, the third ward. idea?
If she had any idea.
All right, so,
That's the thing, it's just like her fucking.
it looks like. Proceed, Madam Secretary.
How many?
He has left the chamber, so no. All right, saying that we have lost the forum, this city council meeting is now adjourned at 7:27.
I know she don't. Yeah, you work with that, honey, come on.
Let me pack up. Y'all get ready, cause we gonna bump tomorrow.
Oh, I can't. She'll be at work. I get to see the show.
Well, you get to
before
enjoy
every
it.
once in a while on a Friday. I get Friday. It's like then I get in there.
Well, we'll be
I'm
on
the after watcher.
Y'all watch the bump tomorrow.
I watch it every day.
Listen, we out of here. That was it. But we got some stuff that we gotta talk about tomorrow because I got some questions and I got some word on the street and word on the curb. So y'all make sure y'all tune in tomorrow at 9 a.m. You do not want to miss tomorrow's bump. I'm telling you what I know. Y'all don't want to miss tomorrow. How would you say, Jane? I'm trying to figure out how to end this. I don't know how to stop it. Whoa. I don't know how to work this phone. Where's Trevor at? I don't know how to stop this. Let me see, live. Maybe we push X. Okay, you want to stop streaming? Yep, okay.
I ain't never did a live stream in my life ever. Yeah, we don't even know